There
I
it
never
is.
get it. The other one used to go 1, 2, 3, and it screws me up already. Still, it's two weeks in a row. Hey, but listen, I'm Billy Rotkamp,
I am Tina Marie.
and we're glad to be here on a Wednesday morning. It's the Happy Hump Day, and
It
it's
is.
days of happiness. What smiles
Wow.
and
And I can't really look this way. So just forewarning everybody out there listening, I pulled something in my neck. So
she did.
So I'm just going to look at you guys, and then occasionally if I move, I'm just going to go like this, and we'll just laugh. We'll laugh at me.
And when it's time to look at Tina, I'm just going to do this. All right.
So welcome to our midweek check-in.
Yeah. It's a beautiful day over here. It's like 67 degrees. The sun's shining. It makes us feel happy.
Beautiful.
I feel great. I really don't. I'm really exhausted, but I feel great at the moment.
Well, we'll talk. Well, he's always tired, but we'll talk about that. We do have to figure out next Wednesday. I am going to be in Los Angeles.
This is true.
So for my LA peeps out there, I cannot wait to return. I will be seeing clients next week, and then on Mother's Day, I'll be doing a special meditation, Divine Feminine, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene Goddess workshop. So you can bring your mom, or you can bring your daughter, or you can just bring yourself, and that's next Sunday. And then there's still some appointments available if you want a private session. What's our other announcement?
What else
you
do we
and
have?
I.
Hey, Tina and I, we are doing a sound healing. Are you laughing at me?
Yeah, because you're like, we are doing a...
All right, we're doing sound healing with the angels, and that is in Smithtown at Family Tree Yoga.
And when is that, Billy?
That is Friday night, 7 to 9.
And,
not to be missed.
But isn't it another day, too?
Yes, Tina.
Saturday.
This is the most exciting thing because the following day on Saturday,
we're doing it in Queens.
We will be in Queens doing sound healing with the angels.
I think there's a little bit of a lull, a little bit of like a little halt.
I believe that's 3 to 5.
It is.
And what's the name of the place, Tina?
Oh my God, you're putting me on the spot. So it is 3 Elements.
That's right.
Yoga.
3 Elements.
You know, the reason he's putting me on the spot is because there's a restaurant we go to in Fort Jeff that's, I think it's called the Fifth Season. I call it the Fifth Element.
So do I.
He calls it the Element. And so I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
What are we going to call this place? So I just thought of all of them at once. So we're
anyway,
just excited. And we have a lot more, but that's just right around the corner.
All kinds of things we're doing. So if you guys are in the neighborhood, come on by. Come to Smithtown. Come to Queens. Our sound healings are fantastic. They're with the angels. They're with the magical hands of Tina and Billy.
It actually is really powerful because not only do we use singing bowls, we use gongs, a nice gong bath. We use our tuning forks. We bring in the angels, and when you're in the vibrations of the different sound elements, it shifts your energy to be more in alignment and attuned to the angels so you can feel, sense, hear their messages. So we're just super excited.
Because what we want to do is we just want to open up those chakras and have them explode out with love and energy and fire and strength.
And then another announcement. If you're in the New York City area, our dear friend Stuart Pierce is going to be in Manhattan teaching an all-day workshop on June 17th. So if you're interested, just message me. I'm helping him out with it. We would love to have you. If you haven't, whether you've been with Stuart or not, it's so magical the way he brings in the angels, the way we all chant together and just connect. And he's just incredible.
It's something, if you've never done it before with Stuart, it is definitely something to experience. Mm-hmm. He's a beautiful, beautiful soul, a magical soul. Also a master sound healer, and it's just it takes you on a journey, and it's a journey inward of your soul, and it just and you just keep going. You go to
find that note of your soul.
That's right. You go to one level to another to another. So if you guys are available, I would really I really would recommend that you go, and Tina and I will also be there, so we could all have fun together.
And as always, if you want a private session, we can really go deep with anything that you're working on, whether it's, looking into past lives, looking into your health, looking into what you want to bring through. We can just reach out, please.
Yeah. Healing.
Healing, readings, all that
Remember,
good stuff.
Healing is spiritual, emotional, and physical. So We got to go to all those levels and try to
Yeah.
open those places up.
So how are you guys feeling? Because here we are in the hump day, midweek. Why are you laughing? Because
I'm
this
just
is
laughing
me.
at Tina. And,
Yeah.
and just, I know we're going to keep going, but
Those
the
just
problem
come
is,
in.
I was messing with her and I went like this. But problem is, I'm looking at her, but I'm not, but I am, you know, because this thing is backwards. Anyway, sorry.
But it's all in alignment with what we want to talk to you about today, because Mercury, our planet of communication, goes direct today. And I'm just going to celebrate that because...
Woo-wee!
And so is he. Now, as exciting as it is, when a planet starts to change direction, that can actually mean that you feel sluggish, that you're feeling a little slow. So if that's what's going on for you, just know that it's just some of these energies in our planets. For me, I've got this kink in my neck, and when I meditated on it, it's this resistance energy that's been releasing. And I think resistance shows up in all of our lives in a different way. So I invite you to kind of, see what you have been resisting, why you've been resisting something. You may not even know how this resistance energy can show up. And for me, it's been physical, but I actually know, and I'm working through it. It could be other ways. We distract ourselves, we procrastinate, and this is really the time to just see it and move through it. I'm just going to go like this. How are you experiencing resistance?
Well, Tina, the resistance that I'm having is I've been in a lot of exhaustion since. I mean, when I say a lot of exhaustion, like I know I'm being very dramatic, but Monday I was really, really tired. Right, like driving home, like this. It's not really physical. It's this mental, I think, spiritual tired that I'm having. And the same thing happens. It's happening today too. I feel, but when I do the spiritual work that I love, I'm not right now, like I'm not tired, like this is great doing this. But when I'm out of this and I'm doing my other job or whatever it may be, it exhausts me. And I think that's what's happening to a lot of us, is that if you're not doing something that you love, the exhaustion is magnified. You know what I mean? In the times that we have.
Right.
So that's why we always talk about it's very important for everyone to do what they love to do, because that's going to level you out of, what happens when we're really, really happy. We're not really exhausted. We feel good. We feel good spiritually. We feel good physically, right? But when you're not really happy and you're sad and you have a lot of stress, what happens? We get exhausted, and it's exhaustion through It's exhaustion through spirituality, really, because you're not fulfilling your spiritual aspect of yourself. You're not being who you truly are. So that's what happens. And I think with what's going on with the energies that we're in this month and the months to follow, is we have to make ourselves happy, right? We have to do the things that we want to do.
Oh, we've got to be taking care of ourselves. And even as I say that, so you might say, oh, but you've got a stiff neck. You're not taking care of yourself.
Okay.
No, we can't go to that. That's not true at all, because I have been feeling a tremendous amount of people's pain and people's suffering. And as a healer and as an empath, sometimes I don't know what's mine and what's humanity. And that's why it's called me to go deeper in my meditations. And so, am I going to blame the universe? No, it's everything's an opportunity. Do I like how this feels? No. Did this guy give me some healing today and make it better? Oh, yeah.
I did.
Early this morning, he took out the tuning forks. I'm not kidding. I couldn't move. This is amazing that I can do this.
Yeah. I gave up my meditation for her this morning because I knew she really needed the healing. So
I didn't know that.
yeah, I did
Thank you.
I sacrificed.
Wow.
Sometimes you got to take
I
one
didn't
for the
know
team.
that. Thanks, love.
Yeah.
That means a lot to me.
Look how better much you feel.
Yeah. Better much I feel.
Better much. See?
But all sincerity, there's self-care, as Billy was saying. Self-care is so many different things, and I know that I feel like it's redundant. Everybody talks about it, but if we were mastering it, we'd be in a different situation. So it's looking at, how do you need to take care of yourself physically? What are you putting into your body? What are you exposing yourself to? Are you having some kind of inner practice? And then sometimes it's just knowing, I know for me and Billy, we've been getting a lot that we're really holding space for
That's right.
humanity. And I know that my soul chose that. I know that his soul chose that before coming on. So, you know what? Yesterday I had a whole to-do list planned. I feel like, and when this whole stiff neck thing came, it was like, okay, in the past I would have like gotten all upset. I was like, okay, the universe is prescribing a little more rest than normal. I'm not doing my workout. How can I maneuver my day for it to serve me? And I had a lot more rest than normal, and I do feel better today. So
you have to remember, we're all taking on so much more than we used to take on.
Yeah.
And it's just, this is what it's always going to be. But we're the ones who have to level ourselves out. But in the past, they just gave us a little bit to take on. But now everybody's getting revved up. We're getting amped up because we need to keep going forward. Because we're in the time of light, right?
Mm-hmm.
The time this is the time to shine. So it's going to just keep on going. It's not going to stop. So you have to take care of yourself, basically, as Tina was saying.
And part of the taking care of yourself, sometimes I think we've got to take it out of the context of taking care of myself. We think, meditate, and let me call in my angels, and let me protect myself physically. Yeah, or what I'm putting into my body physically, but it's also honoring where you are at.
That's right. Say that again.
You know what? Thank you. Honoring where you are at.
It's very important.
If we're always wanting to be somewhere else, or we're caught up in what happened in the past, we're not in the present moment. So we're not in alignment with our soul. We're not in alignment with, as Billy was saying, all that we want to bring through because we're caught up. And then we're not honoring where we're at. And just honoring the cycle that we're in. Maybe we're in a cycle that is painful or is slow or is not where we want to be. But by trying to be out of it isn't honoring where you're at. That's a form of self-care.
That's right. Walk the line that you talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
What they say, if you talk the talk, walk the walk, right? There it is. I like mine. The first one was better.
I butcher every expression.
Make sure that
sounds
you walk,
good to me.
Yeah, make sure you walk the line that you talk, because that's very important,
Yeah.
Because if you just say stuff and you're not doing what you really say, what's going to happen? We're just out of alignment. Because I liked what Tina was saying about alignment, Because so many times we go through the day and we start going like this, and then all of a sudden we divert this way, right? And then all of a sudden we're going like this, and then we're going that way, and we're not back to that, trying to be in that peace, that calm, that wisdom that we all have, just walking this way, right? Right, T? Just like this. Come on, do it with me. Just do one. Doesn't it feel good?
It does.
It does. It feels great because
it stretches
it's
my back.
Right?
But we do have cards for you as well, and we based everything we were just saying on these cards. We probably should have showed them first, but hey, we're in the moment.
Hey,
wait.
Wait! I forgot.
Ready? New
mugs today. I got kindness. My favorite color, blue.
And ready for this? And I got love.
Put it into the middle a little bit.
Oh, there we go.
Now turn it a little bit the other way.
This way.
Oh, there it is. Wait, let's do it together. Let's try it. Let's see if we can do it.
There we go.
Oh, there it is.
Kindness and love. See? And yes, I'm a dork. I love Ellen DeGeneres. These are Ed by Ellen. I have another Ellen mug over there. Ellen inspires me.
And Ellen, if you ever listen, I want 10% on the profits of the mug.
I watch your show every day, or I tape it, or I watch it when I can because it's so inspiring. That's part of my vision board.
And you know what? I like it so much. When I come home from work, I watch it with Tina because I think it's very inspirational. And all right, you ready? Here we go.
A new day dawns.
A new day dawns.
Look at that dragon.
There you go. The new day dawns.
What's the number on it? Is that 1?
Looks like number 1.
Wow. So number 1, a new day dawns, new beginnings. What does a dragon represent? Well, it can represent many things, but to me it is magic, it is power. And this is the time to really align with that. And it is a choice. The new day dawning, because Mercury's going direct, which is a big deal, because that communication energy that we have with ourselves, that we have with one another, that we have with the divine, is now going to start moving in a direct position to really help us move forward for this new beginning, for this new day.
I remember the dragon. So what does it signify? Like power, strength. I always say
Magic.
magic, wisdom. But most of all, when I look at a dragon, when you look at the dragon, the dragon knows who it is, right?
Oh yeah.
It knows who he is or she is.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I say that card, that's all for us. We need to know who we are. We need to know the magic, the wisdom, the strength, the peace, the love. Boop, 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 boop. But that's what it is, So,
I just like the boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, right.
And then I
But
noticed that my shirt says butt. But it does say butt first bar.
Oh, okay. Look at that. Butt first bar.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what I see. So we need to. It's
I'm
all
looking at
about.
your readings,
It's all
I
about that
promise.
confidence. Be confident of who you are.
Okay. What's your card though? And then
I get to go now. All right, you ready? I got a card, and it's something that I say all the time, but I got it. Don't worry, I didn't trickery anybody either. It says believe, right? So now what do we see? We see believe. We see an ocean, a sea, but then you have all the planetary figures on the top, which is the astronomy of the universe, which is us, right? So look at that. Look how powerful that card is. So, and then also you see that light with the hands coming up, right? So what does that mean? Well, think of it this way. Let's say you were in your own sea and it had barriers all the way around it that you couldn't get through. And now you're sitting in your boat all by yourself. And will you be content with your life just being in that sea of this barrier that you can't break through, right? Are you content with that? Are you actually happy? Most people would say, no, I'm not happy. I want to break the barrier so I can live my life and see what's on the outside of the barrier, because that's what it's going to mean most to us, because we're always striving to go forward in life, right?
Mm.
So what do we all want to do? So what happens with us all is we never get through the barrier because it's hard and it's difficult, right?
It's always going to be, not always, but that's not going to change.
Always. So, how are we going to get over the barrier? How are we going to break the barrier to...
How can we look at it as not hard and difficult, but just...
Yeah. And to keep moving forward, right? Because you can't give
opportunity.
up. Can't give up, right?
Yeah.
So we got to break the barrier. You jump over it. So maybe, that's where the magic starts to happen. So I know I'm using metaphors, but maybe you're a dolphin and you jump over the barrier, right?
Wow.
Yeah. Maybe you like that one, huh?
I do. I
Right.
didn't. That's not where I thought you were going.
No,
so.
maybe you were a bird, maybe you were an eagle or whatever it is, and you flew over the barrier, whatever it may be. But create your magic, because the magic is what's going to get you through the barrier. That's what I was trying to end with.
He got there, everybody. Did you see? He went around and around, then there he is.
Well,
Step into that dragon and roar.
That's
roar
right.
your fire.
There you go.
It's true, though. So, all right, your questions are popping up on our screen. I also have them right here. And I'm just going to scroll. A lot of them are not coming up, but that's okay. We're going to just jump in here. There was one I saw. I don't see my original comment. My son is depressed. Okay, Carol. Hi, Carol. You're the first one that popped up when I first went on here trying to get them going, because sometimes tech stuff with these things is a little slow. My son is depressed and has anxiety. Can you pull a card for the situation and see if there's any way I can help him? You want to start with that?
That sounds great.
Okay. So
this is for
Carol's
son, right? Okay, here we
Carol
go.
and her son.
Let's see what we got.
All right. So we're going to pull these over here. I feel like
I feel like we're short. Yeah, we're short some
we usually
cards
have like
here.
10 decks, and there's only like 5 sitting here.
It's true.
Okay.
Only 5, so you know.
So, this is a new deck. What?
Yeah, right?
Yes. There's you just tuning in, a little bit of stiff neck. That's why I'm sitting weird. Let the emotions flow. Can you let them see that?
I'm sorry, yeah.
So
Tina needs a little help today.
I need some help most of the time.
All right, so let the emotions
All
flow.
right, so look at this goddess type energy. Look at that third eye. Look at the water flow. Look at the greenery. Oops.
Don't worry, I know you're still there, even though our screen blacked out.
Our screen blacks out. Theirs doesn't. All right. So the first thing that I get, Carol, for your son is that he is stopping. He's holding a lot in. So as he's holding everything in, it's causing. Well, that's obviously causing the depression, but it's also causing him to not feel like himself. I also feel like he, in certain situations, doesn't feel safe to share. And what's so important is that he has someone that he knows that he can open up and just share his feelings. And you could probably help with this. I know with a guy, it's really hard for some reason. And you are different. You have more feminine energy than a lot of guys, which is beautiful. So you are in a better balance. Yet it's still hard for you.
It's still very difficult actually to express feelings because we've been brought up with so many things not to express feelings, or not like men aren't supposed to cry. We're supposed to be this gladiator. You know, we're all gladiators, but you still can have feelings. You know, so that's. But we're brought up in a way that we're not supposed to do that. We're not supposed to cry.
But yeah, and the other thing too, though, is I know the more I push him to talk, he doesn't want to.
That's just true.
So what I'm seeing for you, Carol, is the best thing you can do is like hold the space for him. Let him know that you're there. Show him in the way that you treat him, more through your actions and through your energy than necessarily poking and prodding for him to talk. Not that you're doing that, but just to make an exaggeration so that you can see. So that he is given, the chance to maybe express himself.
So, Carol, the thing that I know is that it's harder for him to talk to someone in his family, like I know you're his mom. Mm-hmm. It's easier actually to express your feelings to a person that you don't know. Like whatever.
So encouraging that connection.
So that might work for him to start expressing how he feels, and then the more that he talks to someone, keep expressing how he feels, then he can start to open up more to you or your family or whatever it may be. Because that's what you want. Because first of all, depression, anxiety is what can I call it? I do want to call it a disease. It is, but it's not. It's really just. It's all this built-up emotion inside of that's not getting let go. And I did get the card letting go, so I just wanted to bring that to your attention. So he's just all this turmoil that he's had and has. He's not letting it go because he's not expressing it, and it's just going to keep building and building and building. So we need to release.
We need an outlet for expression. That's what depression is, and trust me, I know because I've suffered on and off with it for a lot of my life, and it's been very severe at times. I've spoken to you guys about it, or those of you that know my path, and it's an indication of something that isn't being expressed. I mean, think about it, depressed. There's something that needs to come forth. The most we can do is really hold the space for one another, and anyone that's going through it, it's reaching out the more that you can. It's not praying and sending healing. The other thing that I get for him specifically, there's a lot of healing energy around him. All this green does tell me, and I do when I tune into his aura, I see that he's going through kind of like an identity crisis of who am I and what's my place in the world, which just, intensifies everything. And I see Archangel Raphael around him, and I see Mother Mary around him. So as you even hold that space for him, that those beings are around him, that energetic component of prayer and healing makes a big difference. We always think I got to make Billy feel better. I have to do all that. You know what? You have to trust that the holding the space, the prayerful things that you're doing does work. You may not see it right away, but you can't be reliant on that.
I just wanted to say one more thing. I know we're talking about a serious concept here real quick, is that remember, just think how hard these energies are for us. Well, they're just as hard, if not more, for your children. And it's very important to support them, which we do, but support them as much as you can and be there for them as much as you can, because these energies are very difficult for them too, and that's why they're also, like Tina was saying, there's identity crisis going on. Of they're not sure what they're supposed to do or what they're supposed to be. But as we all say, just be who you are. Well, they need someone to tell them, hey, just be who you are. It's okay. Remember that. And it's very important to tell our children that, because if we're telling them to be somebody else, then the identity crisis just stays there, and it gets worse and worse and worse. We need to tell them that it's okay to be who they are.
Yeah, it's so important.
So
Carol,
I would recommend sessions. If whatever he feels comfortable with, if he feels comfortable doing sessions with somebody like Tina and I, or some kind of angel therapist, or just a regular therapist, whatever your son wants to do, that's what I would do.
Right.
And support him in every way.
So there's some other comments on here from an Anastasia, talking about demons and angels in human form, and some people would just not give it attention, but I am going to give it attention, because that's all fear-based.
I actually knew this was going to happen, because I read that before Tina even said anything.
Oh, you did?
And I said, I think we need to say something about this. So that's good.
So, welcome. First, I want to say that I'm glad that you're here, and I am I'm glad that you're expressing yourself and your beliefs. However, that's what they are. They're your beliefs.
That's right.
And I honor that, and I honor where you're at. But from how I feel it and see it, and from what I believe, and most of the people here that believe, is that all of those beliefs are coming from fear. Angels don't come to us in human form. Angels are the energy of God, the Creator. And the first thing that Billy and I always do is connect with God, the Holy Spirit, the divine.
Very true.
And that energy of God, Holy Spirit, the divine, comes through in many different forms, so that we can have an experience with him and her. Because it's not just a him, it's not just a her, it's both.
Very true.
And when we open ourselves up to allow that energy of God, the Creator, in a way that is personal for us, then we have a deeper experience. And then we can be in the vibration of trust and faith. And if that's a way that works for us, then that is beautiful. And that is not demonic. And what else? And fooling us.
Right.
Because it isn't. Why are you smiling? Why are you laughing?
I think it's great. Remember, we always talk about, first of all, that remember, there's darkness, there's light, right? What do we always say? There's night, there's day. You're happy, you're sad, right? So what do you believe? I mean, you gotta believe in love,
Yeah.
And if you come from a place of love, there's nothing that can hurt you ever. So you call on your angels, you call on whoever you want to call on, if that's what you believe, because if you're in the light of love, then that's all that matters, because love conquers all. Remember, love can beat anything. It is the strongest, most powerful thing in the whole universe, because that's what everything was created.
It's all that there is.
That's what was created. It was created all from love. So if we talk about God or whatever everybody believes,
God is all that there is. Love is all that there is.
That's right. So nothing can hurt you.
And Jesus said, "It is done unto you as you believe."
That's right. It
is my favorite because because it is so true.
It is very
That's
true.
where we got the whole thing. Our thoughts create our reality. Yeah, because it is done unto you as you believe. If you believe that you are abundant and prosperous, and you truly believe it at your core, it is going to show in your life. And if it's not showing up, then that just means there's more work to do around the lack consciousness, around the doubt, around the fears, and giving you an opportunity to step into your self-worth, to step into your faith.
Very true.
You have the right to believe in demons and hell, and that, that only Jesus is God, and bless you for where you're at if that's what you believe. I'm not trying to make you change that. At one time, I did believe that that was it, but that to me is still limitation. Yeah. To me, everything is God. Everything is divine.
The whole idea in today's world is to believe what you feel is what you believe in. And that's, everybody is different. No one is the same. So don't let anybody tell you that, you shouldn't talk to the angels, or you shouldn't talk to God, or you shouldn't talk to...
that is all fear.
Talk to anybody. Because then somebody's telling you, it's fear-based, and somebody's telling you what to do, but
What is it, your experience?
You're the only one who can tell yourself what to do, because that's about stepping into your own power, right? Be in your own power, and as like I said, as long as you come from a place of love, there is nothing that can hurt you if you come from a place of love.
And I'll go back to what we started. You have to honor where you're at. So
True.
I honor where you are, every one of you are at. It's just when we start to then put those beliefs on someone else, that's not okay for me at all. Because I invite you to be wherever you're at, which is why we're even addressing this right now. But I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying, if you notice, everything we've said is, hey, it's about love. Hey, maybe this is an opportunity to open up and ask, hey, can I get a sign so that I can see from a higher perspective and bring in this love in a way that unites all of us. So it becomes a beautiful thing.
It's good. It's good stuff, man. This is great. Hey, listen, the birds are chirping, and I got the lawnmower guy in the back with the om going, oh, right? We got the birds chirping.
I love it.
It's fantastic. I can see the sun from here. I feel great right now. I don't want to go back to work.
Okay, so wow, we're getting lots of comments here. So let's just see who else. I know we kind of spent a long time, but I think it's important. Okay, let's see. Let's go on. Oh, look at you guys all saying hi. Hi. Here we go. Taylor.
What do we got? What's
I
going
haven't
on?
seen. Well, sometimes I wait for a name to pop up, and I wait for the nudge from the angels. So, Taylor says, hi, you guys. Something I struggle with in my marriage is I'm ready to start a family, but my husband isn't right now. As I respect his feelings, I battle with my own. I would love a card. Absolutely.
Sure.
That's a tough one.
It is tough.
That's a really, really tough one.
What do you want to do?
I feel like I'm missing. Oh, here. These are the cards I was looking for. Okay. So as we shift gears for a moment, let's all take a breath.
Wow.
Feels good, right?
Well, I do that, but you're really supposed to, maybe you're supposed to go, That's what you're supposed to do, you know?
We do.
You gotta do that ready? That's what you're supposed to do, you know? Sometimes, you know what I used to do when
oh wow, isn't this the same card you just had out?
Yeah.
Yep.
When I was getting divorced and stuff, you feel this pressure, and like I said, like everybody's got their own thing going on, and I respect everything that's happening. But what I used to do is, I used to go in the back of my place, and I would yell at the top of my lungs because I needed to get that stuff out of me.
Oh, I've done that.
And I would do it. My brother would be like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "You all right?" I go, "Yeah, I needed to get that out because it was so intoxicating to me that I knew that I needed to do something drastic." And you guys got to remember, you need to do that too. If you don't keep that inside you, man, it's poison. It's total poison.
It can be so liberating. I went through counseling after a really bad relationship that I was in, and it was so incredible. This was even weirder because I had to do it with my counselor. It took me some time to get used to it. If
anybody's going to be weirder than me, it's her.
Yeah. I'm a wacko. But yeah, I had to really get it out. I wasn't in touch with my anger. Yeah. We're taught you shouldn't be angry, you shouldn't this, and I was brought up, I need to be polite, and I need to this and that, and so yeah, I was punching things and kicking things, and you know what? When I really let go and allowed myself to feel it, I would hysterically cry after, because that was what was behind the anger, and that's what we were trying to get to. Does that kind of therapy work for everyone? No, but oh wow, did it work for me. Yeah. So sometimes it's what do I need to do to move that energy through. That's why I love Kundalini Yoga. We chant, we move our body, we do breath work, and it has that similar energy to get it out.
Right, and what happens when you scream at the top of your lungs or you do what Tina is doing, once you're done doing that, then all of a sudden you feel it because all that's out, and then you're like, all right, where am I right now? Who am I, right? So Taylor, what I said, what's your truth, right? So there's the truth. You know what your truth is, right? So that's the card that I got for you. And then you see this being there with the heart in the middle and the light shining through.
That's a beautiful card.
You know what your truth is. You know what you want. So what you really have to do now is you really have to have that. I'm sure you've had many sit downs with your husband. and just see where you guys are really at. Like, what is the future going to bring? Because you know what you want, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So what does he want? Maybe he doesn't want to have the children right now, but what does he truly want? You know.
And will he want it?
Right.
And I love that the card was truth because, and it's interesting. I didn't know why I brought up that counselor that I just told you about, but I had a session with her about a particular relationship that I was in that really helped because it was very similar to what you're asking. She said, you know, you need to really get clear on what you value and what is a non-deal breaker. Because sometimes what happens is if we sacrifice, oh, that's all right, I'll do this for him, and or vice versa, and then we're doing that year after year after year, then we build up resentment towards that other person, and it's not an easy conversation. But it is so important to know what are things that you're not going to budge on, and then find out, you know, really have that communication process with your partner to make sure you're on the same page so that you don't go years further into it.
Very true. Like Taylor, like you know that you want to have children. That's like 100%. But is he going to want to have children in a year from now or 2 years from now? Because if he's not,
you're not going to be okay with that, or you need to move on.
Exactly. And that will be your truth because you only know.
And your choice. And you may not know right now.
Right.
The card that I pulled was the one sitting here before, which is interesting because I shuffled and it came back. Goddess of creation, transformation, creativity, wholeness. Did you use this before or no?
I didn't really talk about it, but you know, I gave the whole analogy of the sea with the barriers, but it's the same thing, like transformation, creativity, wholeness. Like,
you want to show it?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I can show it for you.
See, I'm zooming in. So you see that? Now, how interesting. It says goddess of creation.
It's beautiful.
And what are you asking about? You know, having a baby and this right now, this confusion and this turmoil. I will say, because I know you're probably wondering, like it feels promising for me. I think that this is more an opportunity for you to really get clear on what you want. Come from a place of really love and passion that's like, this is what I want this life path to be about, and then be able to really let him know that and put it on the line.
You know, so like a lot of people say, like, you know, you want children, right? So that's a great thing. But if I feel like the children is going to bring, like, the wholeness word on here is really vibrating with me, where if you don't have a child, you're not going to feel whole inside, you know? So that's what you really need to talk to him about, and really get on the same page to see if he wants the same things that you want. Because if he doesn't, then that's where you have to make, you know, you make choices for yourself, you know, being in truth, being in wholeness, you know. So.
Okay, do you have time for one more?
This is serious stuff today.
This is a serious day.
The whole time is serious. Usually we try to break through the seriousness, but hey, listen, sometimes it's what it is, you know?
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah.
Do you have time for one more?
We're going to do one more, yeah.
Okay, so you're not looking at them, so I feel like I'm calling one.
I can't really look at them, because it's only, well, I could. I'd have to take Tina's.
Well, I love that some of you guys are saying, oh, someone wrote me. But that's funny, because that came right up. Taylor says, thank you so much. I appreciate it with all my heart. Yeah, and I know that's one of those hard ones where it's like, yeah, I don't want to just tell you what you want to hear, but I want to help you, like, get through it. And that's going to give you a more deeper experience either way. Right,
so we're not telling you what to do. We're just trying to be in the truth of yourself, because you already know what you want and what you want to do. So it's all about you, about your truth.
I love, too, from our deep conversation before, Anastasia, beautiful name either way.
Beautiful.
She does say, thank you for explaining. She says, I'm confused. And then a lot of you wrote really beautiful things on here of, Dawn, hi, Dawn, natural law, like attracts like, love attracts love. Jimmy, too, says, where was it?
Jimmy, what is happening, man?
Jimmy writes, amen, accept where yourself and others are, be in love. You said something else, too, and I can't find it on here because they get all scrambled, but thank you, God. Oh, angels are of God. They are pure light. As long as you're in God's light, you are safe. So thank you, Jimmy, because that's beautiful, too. Eugene says it's all about belief. Oh, and she said she explained it to her mom. Well, look, you know, it's not like we're booting you out. We welcome you. We're grateful for you.
Come on in.
And grateful that everyone has an opportunity, if they listen back, to, you know, see that we can feel our differences and express them, and then allow it all to just be where we're at. Okay, so, Carol says her son won't talk to anyone but her, actually.
All
Okay.
right. So that's
Oops,
good.
we lost you again.
All right, that's all right.
So that's great. But she
Excellent.
does say, I do ask Mary and angels to come in, so you're right on. Oh,
Yeah.
good. Thank you for that. And I'm learning to do exactly what you're saying. Thanks for the confirmation. He's very sensitive to energy. Yes, you guys are great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Carol.
Thanks,
Okay.
Carol.
All right. So here, this came up twice.
The prayers are with you guys.
Nicole, I don't know if you're still on, but if you are, if you're not, I'll tell you to fast forward to the end and watch. Nicole says, "Hey, Tina and Billy." And for those of you who don't, Nicole Oman, O-M-A-N, she has daily guidance every day over on her page. Her thing popped up twice. That's the angel saying, "Hey, we're going to her." So make sure you check her out. I can't believe you do it every day, Nicole. You're amazing. So she says, "I've been having this deep feeling in my heart that feels raw and tender. I can't put my finger on what it is and where it's coming from. It's been on and off for a few months. I think I heard you talking about it on your thing where you're feeling something in your heart. Can you pull a card and see if you can help me have some clarity? You guys are truly amazing." Oh, thank you.
Absolutely,
I think
sure.
you're amazing.
That sounds
Honestly.
great.
Okay, so you're saying a tender and deep feeling, a raw. Okay, where are you going?
I don't know. I'm gonna go.
You going
to
there?
Deep cards. Yeah, going deep.
I'm going with this deck, but I'm
Go
feeling
deep.
that one, so I might need to take it. Another one. Well, first I just want to say I'm feeling it right now, and it's like you're right. It's it could be intense. It makes me want to take a deep breath in. And you know what's so interesting, Nicole?
I got the same thing.
What have
right
I been
now.
telling you for days? Not even days. I'm like, I can't breathe, or I feel something here.
Right.
So that's really interesting because I didn't even put two and two together until I just felt the same feeling
And what
that
did I
you're
tell
saying
you?
you're
What did I
feeling.
tell- it's what's happening is like you're having like it's a moment of not being able to breathe because you feel there's a trap. It's just like a trapped. It's trapped inside there. So you have to break through that and take deep breaths. And when you take a deep breath, we're always supposed to go to the next level of the breath where you think that you can't keep breathing because you need to start releasing what's going on here.
That's what you've been telling me. Really.
Yeah.
Well, the card I pulled helps, I think, all of us with this, but I had to pull another one from a different deck because I was feeling called to it. Okay. Oh, I love when this happens. All right, so Nicole, the first card says, "Time to ground." I'm going to let you show the card.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm going to need to look at it after. It's a new
Yeah,
card,
sure.
so. All right, so time to ground. So the first thing I get from that as I pull the card and feel this feeling for myself is that all of us are going through really big, expansive changes where our energy field and our soul is evolving in such a way that it on times is a little bit scary. At times it physically is causing us to get a little concerned because it's having a physical reaction. And this expansion is at times even taking us out of our bodies. So whereas this is saying time to ground, it's really connecting to the earth, to trees, to animals. We've been having all these visitations again from frogs and
That's true.
insects that were like on our windows and stuff, and it's like this nature way of really planting ourselves here so that we're allowing ourselves to evolve, but we're also bringing this higher energy into the earth and grounding it. The other card was embrace change. I move easily and confidently through the changes in my life. So the changes are this birthing something new. And aren't you birthing something new? I think, yes, you are. So for you, I feel like it's just even more extreme because it's not just your heart, it's the baby's heart. So it's like, as Billy would say, a double whammy.
It's a double whammy. Wow. I'm definitely wearing off on Tina. That was for sure. So, listen, I got the card Harmony, which really works well for you. So there you go. There's the card, right? And then you look at this beautiful goddess, which is Nicole in the picture right there. And obviously you see the lotus flower at her heart, right? And then also it says power, self-confidence, productivity. But I also like that grounding thing like Tina was saying, where what I see is it's time to get unraveled, right? So I keep seeing like this knot, So it's time to unravel those knots, to get to that harmony of peace and calmness, not like this energy that we're all in right now that's driving us all a little crazy, right? Mm-hmm. So you just want to be calm and peace, right? And then open up that heart. And I do like what I want you to do is do like an exercise for yourself and put your right hand on your heart, right? And breathe, right? So inhale really deeply, exhale really deeply, right? And when you inhale deeply, try to feel that emotion rise.
Oh,
and then watch it come right out of your mouth. And then feel what it is. Start to feel it, you know? And just be in that moment of that breath, of the inhale and the exhale. And just keep breathing deeper and deeper, deeper inhale, deeper exhale, to really start releasing what's blocked here. There's something blocked. It's holding you back of harmony. You know?
Yeah, she's saying too. She started feeling it right before. I didn't even know you were
Oh,
commenting,
sorry.
Nicole. So no, it's fine. That you believe too, it's connected to the baby. So this is the other thing that's coming through. I don't know if you ever had a miscarriage, but there's what I'm seeing is that the fact of how it's connected to there's something that needs to be released. So it's like some, and it could be some kind of hidden pocket in our energy field of whether it was a miscarriage or just some old energy that needs to be let go. The reason I'm saying that is because I had a client a long time ago that I was working with. And I knew that the baby in her belly was a little boy because she had a name for it and everything. And she was coming to me. Very long story short, I saw Mother Mary holding this little girl. And she was having a lot of complications and was so ready to deliver the baby. And when I came out of the healing, she said to me, I said, well, it's so weird that it was a girl. She had miscarried a little girl, but she'd never completely let it go or mourned that. And she was able to finally let it go to allow the new baby in. Now, I'm not saying that's your exact situation, but
Sure.
There's something like that so whatever you're feeling right now, of something that is just this opportunity to be vulnerable and let go, to just come into even more fully alignment with this beautiful soul within you. And the baby's helping too, though. That's the thing. The baby is just creating this space to help you align.
And when you're done with that exercise that I showed you, then take your left hand and put it on your belly where the baby is, and just be in that connection of love. Because that's the main thing too for you. Because I think this thing, it's a past life thing for you. And I think that's why the sadness is here, and you feel this. This has nothing to do with right now, but it would be really good to try to release this, like I told you to do, and then connect with your baby right now, and just be in that, talk about love and connection and all that stuff, because I think that will really help you release this past life thing that's going on for you.
That's so interesting. The minute you said past life, I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that could be the vision that I saw.
Yeah,
really
ladies and
tandem.
gentlemen, I am psychic.
You're so cute. So you guys, kind of some heavy, deep stuff today, but you
Sure.
know what? That's how it works sometimes, and you know what? We honor that. I was going to say, I feel like
And
I can look this way again.
And look, we were all in the muck and the mud.
We were.
And we were paddling through that shit. Let me tell you. We got through that half
he's
hour,
gonna
man.
tell you like it is.
We got through. You know what I was doing? I was doing the butterfly. When you swim, the butterfly. I was through that shit, man. It was just kept on going, man. I got out, and then when I got to the barrier, I am the dolphin, and I jumped right over it. And now everything is great.
He comes full circle.
Right?
Wow.
Full circle.
That is awesome. She goes, I think it's past life too. I never had a miscarriage, but I think I lost this child in a past life. Thank you for saying that, because the minute he said past life, because I was like, why did I get that vision?
Oh, she did say that? All right, good.
And
it's good.
So, and then I felt it. Did you see me? I even went, past life. It was like it, yeah, we're good in tandem.
That's right. It's good stuff.
So, yeah, I would just feel into it, even journal. I know for me, with past life stuff, I journal, and then these insights come out, but handwritten journal rather than typing for me personally. And then it's like, oh, wow, I have insights that I didn't normally have, especially when it comes with that.
Yeah,
so,
Nicole, I'm really big into healing, and I really think if you do that thing with your heart to release, and then do the connection with your baby now, I really think it will help you if you do it every day. If you do that every day, I think it'd be great.
So you guys, oh my gosh, thank you for being here with
Yeah.
us. It's funny, he was like, I gotta go today. We gotta keep it to 30 minutes. And,
Yeah.
wow, we're on 50. But hey, we had some intense things come up, and
Yeah, I got to meet a client at 1:00, so I have to make sure I'm there.
So, as always, if you'd like a private session, whether it's him, me, both of us,
Absolutely.
it's really, we get specific, we get deep.
We do.
I've been doing a lot of past life work of taking people back to other lifetimes to help you, and I just did it yesterday on Zoom, where we looked at each other. I had her just
That's
sit
right.
and so yeah, technology is great for us to do
Yeah,
that.
the one thing Tina and I don't do, we don't do fluff. You know, if you
That's
have
true.
if
We
you
might
have a
be funny
session,
here.
it might be funny here, but if
But
you have
we-
a session with us, it goes really deep because we really want you to move forward.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. It's about finding that root cause of what's holding us all back, or physically, spiritually, mentally, or whatever it may be, emotionally. So it is serious stuff, and we do take it serious, even though we kid around on this our little Wednesday live show that we do.
My cat says hi. I just waved to him.
All right,
He's
well,
sending you all love.
that's beautiful.
But yeah, and remember too, we're booking our schedule for traveling. We've got a lot in the works. Remember, I'll be in LA next week if you'd like a private session, and we're doing workshops all this weekend here in New York and in Queens, and we've got other stuff coming up.
We'll talk about it next week. We have
Yeah.
certification coming in September on
Oh yeah,
Long Island, and then also
Our
October
certification
we'll be
course.
going to Canada also. So,
hmm
but I'll let you know what's going on.
yeah. So reach out and let us know how we can support you guys, and please join the mailing list.
And remember what Ellen
yeah.
says: be kind to one another.
Yes.
And
why
also-
don't we love one another?
And can we
while
love
we're
each
at
other
it?
also? Because you know what? You can't get kindness if you don't have love. Remember that.
And TinaMarie444.com is the website. We are still working on ours. It's a process. We want it to be perfect. So,
Tina and Billy's
Peace.
perfection.
yep.
Peace out. Love you guys.
See ya.